Welcome to this small fleet and owner operator summit fireside chat. I'm Thomas Wasson, and today we're going to be talking about how small fleets are using telematics to gain efficiency, not only operate safer, but also increase their profits. And we're going to be talking with the folks at Motive. They're a telematics and hardware provider that also has AI and solutions. And they're going to be telling us a little bit about what not only they're talking to with small fleets, but some of how these fleets are using this technology to help boost the bottom line. So without further ado, let's welcome Abhishek Gupta. He is the VP of Product Management here at Motive. And Abhishek, pleasure to get to catch up with you again. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Exciting to be talking to this audience. This audience is so important for Motive, as we've been around for so long that you probably know us. Some of you guys keep trucking. So really happy and thankful for being here again on FreightWaves again and talking to you, Thomas. So maybe just a little bit of background on me. So I'm Abhishek Gupta, VP of Product at Motive. I've been here for about 5.5 years, and I'm responsible for all the products that are really oriented around our fleet capabilities, right? So things like our fleet management, ELD compliance capabilities, our AI-powered dash cams, our tracking devices for your trailers, a lot of your other capabilities built on top of that. So really responsible for the quality, delivery, value that customers get, out of these products.
And one of the things that's really cool about the products is, compared to years past, fleets really didn't have a lot of options on the table compared to very large carriers who had their own stuff. Talking about, especially with tight margins right now, given the situation, tell us a little bit about some of these latest advances, not advantages, good grief, advancements in telematics. Talk to us a little bit about how this is helping them catch up.
Sure. So, it's an important question, right? Smaller fleets face really unique challenges, right? Margins are getting tighter, costs are going up, whether it's the cost of labor, cost of fuel, various other things, insurance, everything has been going up, right? And so one of the things that technology has always helped with is, helping to maintain costs, right? And helping you basically do more with what you have. And that's exactly why telematics has become such essential infrastructure, much more than just nice to have technology that only the big boys can afford. It has become key to building a successful business, right? And some of the things that we're seeing in the market, businesses, physical operational businesses, right? They're actually adopting AI as a key capability as part of telematics. Just much more immediately. The ROI is faster. It's measurable. We had a customer that works in construction. They saved $6.5 million in just 13 months. That's a 2,000% ROI. From implementing this technology. For small fleets specifically, I think it really comes down to a few areas that are worth focusing on. Where I think this combination of AI and telematics can really help you drive and improve those margins. One, I think, is obvious, which is safety, right? AI dash cams are not only going to help you exonerate your drivers, but they can actually help you reduce accidents pretty dramatically, especially and prevent them before they happen. A single accident for a small fleet, can be upwards of $100,000. And so, prevention is basically one of the highest margin ROI activities you can have. We've seen small fleets reduce accidents, anywhere from 50 to 70% within a year of implementing this technology. So you can imagine, the thousands of dollars, that are at your fingertips if you can actually actively use this. The second big one, I think, is really going to be around how do you get more out of your vehicles, right? How do you optimize the maintenance and kind of capabilities of your vehicles, right? One great way to do that is preventative maintenance, right? Predictive maintenance is really key. You can do this with tools like Motive that allow you to predict issues before they become roadside breakdowns. And each breakdown today costs about $1,000, right? So not counting the time you've lost, from being a productive business, revenue generating asset that it is. and of course the impact on your customers. So that's another big one. I would say probably the third big one is how do you get better leverage on things like telematics and fuel cards, right? So one of the key ways you can leverage and get more operational efficiency is using things like better partner rebates through fuel cards, leveraging the integration with telematics to identify fraud if it's happening within your small fleet. If the fuel is being used against you, even it's just 5% reduction in fraud, or 5% reduction in the cost of fuel actually goes directly, to your bottom line. And so, if you look at all these things, right, cameras, maintenance, integrated fuel cards for fuel savings, what's amazing is like all these things are accessible to small fleets today. It's not just the thing that larger enterprises have access to. It's basically bringing you the same capabilities that they have today, but more importantly, the same enterprise level returns to help combat those tight margins.
So we got the three pillars: safety, maintenance, and then other savings like fuel cards. Let's talk about the safety component first. One of the cool things, especially with cameras and the AI in the suite, is computer vision. Tell us a little bit about some of the ways these small fleets are leveraging that, especially how the AI is getting really good at spotting bad driver behaviors, and you can finally be proactive instead of reactive.
Sure. So, the AI is kind of all the rage right now, right? It's you hear about it all the time, but the reality is there's a lot of AI, and you have to focus on AI that works. Things like computer vision, it's not futuristic. It's delivering concrete, measurable ROI today, and it's doing it for fleets of all sizes. Most importantly, why this matters is because computer vision allows you to see more on the road. It allows you to detect what's happening, and it allows us to instantly create alerts. It allows us to instantly create videos or opportunities for how to improve patterns of driving. And so what it ends up doing is it increases driver safety inherently, right? It ends up directly impacting the lives of your people, your families, and gives you those direct savings. Many of our customers, have adopted this. They're seeing tremendous impact. I talked earlier about a construction company, but one of our largest customers, Western Express, and some of our smallest customers, many FedEx ground fleets, they're seeing things for like 70% reduction in unsafe driving incidents, 66% fewer accidents, 182% more miles between incidents. Just a ton of results that they can hang their hat on to say, using this technology is driving that kind of impact. Ultimately, I think what it comes down to is, this ROI comes in two key forms, right? One is on safety, one is on operational efficiency. On the safety front, it protects your drivers, your vehicles, your business, right? It helps you basically mitigate you from ensuring that a single incident doesn't basically devastate your entire business. I think that's really important, right? You want to be able to have a solution that supports you there. And so having this like real-time coaching, identification, action and prevention tools is important. But then it also allows you to, ensure you build a better culture of safety within your fleet, right? And as you probably want to advance from being a small fleet into a larger fleet, those are the kind of things that set the successful businesses apart, right? Do they have a strong culture of safety? Are they able to drive results that their customers can be happy with, to say, yes, our business is operating safely? The other big one, of course, is operational efficiency, right? Safety can drive that. It can help you identify the worst performing drivers, the best performing drivers, who you want to retain. It gives you just visibility into your operations, which is so important. Those data-driven insights coming from safety products is going to be key, right? Whether it's drivers, vehicle utilization, things like that. And so that's how I think AI and computer vision is obviously changing the game. The good news is, as I mentioned before, is this is accessible today. You don't have to be a large enterprise company to use it. You can start adopting this technology today. It's all easy to use, all self-installation, easy to get going on.
And I think that's a really good trend because what you want to see is a small fleet. You're using the AI to help with your workflow. You're identifying the drivers to be safe. So you're able to then scale, and it kind of matches you as you scale up. And I think in the maintenance portion, that's also kind of another thing where you need safe drivers, but you also need safe equipment. And so one of the things is telematics, maintenance cycles, PM cycles, using AI to identify that every truck kind of has their own unique fingerprint. Talk about how some of these fleets are utilizing the AI and the TMS solutions of the telematics to help keep their vehicles in a working order as well as they're scaling and trying to do more with less.
Yeah, it's a really valuable question. I think you actually hear that from customers a lot, actually. I would say that a really important part here to think about is what the next few years look like, right? What the next few years look like in terms of how AI-powered telematics are going to transform small fleet operations. There's probably a few key evolutions I see happening. One, everything's going to be AI-powered operations, right? Predictive systems will identify, risk much earlier than they can today. Maybe days before they occur, maybe hours before they occur, maybe the individuals or the vehicles at biggest risk, right? I think one example of this is identifying early signs of driver fatigue, to businesses. I think that's going to be an important evolution here. I think second will be, technology that's going to be more personalized to all the small fleets, right? So think about this as you don't have a lot of IT resources as a small fleet owner, right? You don't have a lot of technical back office staff to help you. So AI can actually do a lot of this work for you. It can deliver individual coaching. It can deliver, a personalized story that helps fleets understand how to improve. And so we combine this with some of the capabilities that we're doing in our workforce management. It becomes kind of a no-brainer for fleets to start adopting this technology and the evolution here, right? And then I think the last thing I would mention is, there'll just be much more comprehensive visibility for the businesses. One way to think about this is, solutions are starting to extend from, roads to job sites, loading docks, back office operations, right? And so you need an all-in-one integrated platform to be able to help provide you this visibility across your entire business. And so, this can come through a single solution like Motive or others out there. But point being, it's not just the fact that you have a single solution. It's like you have the data there to help you make the best decisions. You have the insights there to help you make the best decisions, and insights that are at your fingertips, not insights that you have to go dig around or click around on. That's kind of the promise of what AI-powered fleet management is going to be. And so you kind of look at these three things, right? AI-powered operations, technology that's personalized, comprehensive business visibility. I think this is really where I see things shaping up for fleets to be able to small fleets to be able to adopt this tech.
And we have a little bit of time left, but final thoughts as well. One of the interesting things that you all recently released, when things do go wrong and fleets have to deal with, hopefully, the unthinkable, the first responder features and ways to get your drivers help when they need it. Tell us a little about some of the ways that telematics is also helping fleets not only proactively keep people safe, but also react to things when accidents and things do occur.
Yeah. I definitely want to touch on first responder. That's probably one of the capabilities I'm probably most proud, of delivering, in my time at Motive. It's particularly important for small fleets that just don't have dedicated safety managers, right? What first responder does is, while accident prevention is a North Star at Motive, we want to make sure that, we're providing a halo around the driver. We are their protector as much as we possibly can. We're riding shotgun. And then when accidents do happen, it's important to get help as soon as possible, right? We have seen that, data has shown that survival rates increase by 13%, for every minute that first responders arrive faster at the scene. And so we have invested a ton of time and technology and resources into ensuring that we detect all severe collisions, with 99% accuracy. And then not only do we do that with 99% accuracy, but we send you the alert as a small fleet owner, within seconds of it happening. We shoot for 30 seconds to a minute to ensure that this has happened, right? And so you can imagine a scenario, you've got someone, thousands of miles away from you, 2 a.m. at Saturday night, gets into a terrible accident. Motive will notify you. Now, where first responder comes in is it goes a step further and gives you the ability to get first responders onto the scene as soon as it happens. And we do this in a couple of ways. We basically identify the nearest 911 center and give you a direct phone number that you can call and dial to that accident. That basically gives you priority access. Because we've integrated with all 6,000 911 centers around the country, because of first responder, we have basically already sent all this accident data that happened at 2 a.m. That's one way. Or we can also call on your behalf. But point being, because we're automatically detecting accidents, we want to serve the driver as much as we can, and we alert the fleet. We then basically give you information around this. And so, since we have launched this, we are just seeing so much adoption. And, of course, it's unfortunate, right? Like, our goal is to prevent accidents. But when it does happen, we are seeing, many, many lives saved. And I think that's something that we're really proud of to hear, is to be able to say that, drivers are important. Drivers are the livelihood of this economy. And so the more we can do to help save them, even when bad things occur, that's always going to be one of our guiding principles here at the company.
I mean, this is always great information as well. Not only keeping them safe, keeping them rolling, but when something does happen, getting them the help they need. Great information as always, Abhishek. Really appreciate y'all coming on to talk about it. If folks want to learn more about Motive or get in touch, what's the best way to get more info?
Well, you can always reach out to us, right? You can visit our website, gomotive.com. You can also reach out to us, reach out to our support. You call anyone in sales. You can go visit, get our products, trial them out. Always, we on the product team, I'm always happy to join and meet customers live where they are or virtually. So we have a number of different ways, you can get in touch with us and find out more. Of course, you can also visit our upcoming conference, Vision 2025, April 21st to 23rd in Austin.
Perfect. I really appreciate your time as well. That's going to be a wrap for this Fireside Chat. But don't worry, folks. We have a lot more great content coming up. Stay tuned.